afternoon, everyone. This is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. I just wanted to touch on a couple of subjects this morning. The first one being the potential strike that we're facing here in Ontario with, it isn't teachers per se, but it is all the support workers. And should they not come to an agreement, there is a potential that they will not work on Friday, which means that the schools will be shut down. Now, what is a big issue there is that they are in a legal strike position. However, the government has decided to perhaps invoke what we call the notwithstanding clause, which allows them to override the rights of the people to strike. So there is quite a bit of debate on both sides whether or not that is a right thing to do or a terrible thing to do. And there are thousands of children and their parents who will be affected by this. Issue being, the one big issue being, of course, that children have been out of school for far too long. So that is the justification for invoking the notwithstanding clause, something that is in our charter, and he is allowed to do it. Whether it is right that he does it or not is another story. And similar to that is that we have an inquiry into and along the same lines, we have an ongoing inquiry into whether or not the Emergencies Act should have been invoked in the first place. And of course, depending on which side of the aisle you stand, you have a different viewpoint there. So anyway, that's ongoing. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any repercussions if they find that it should not have been invoked, but it is more of an inquiry to determine whether or not it should happen in the future. Unfortunately, that does not help all those who were affected by it in the past. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to touch on this morning was rumors that are ongoing regarding canning lids and their possibility that they'll be banned. And that's not the case, at least not from what I've been able to research. But there have been two distinct rumors based on two separate incidences that I'm aware of, that I've been able to locate and research. One of them, I was informed that the information came from Fox News, so I looked that up. And what I understand as far as that information is concerned, that it is a specific product in Ohio, apparently, and that some canning jars are being recalled over a laceration hazard, is the way they're labeling it. Now, apparently, a specific model called Roots and Harvest canning jars sold at Orscheln Farm and Home stores in the Midwest are being recalled. And the recall was initiated because pieces of glass were found in some of the jars during the quality control inspection process. So it is not specific to canning lids, and it's not specific to, it's not everyone. It is that specific type of jars and that specific brand and in that small area. I have heard nothing about a ban nationwide or any recalls that would support a ban nationwide. Now the second rumor that the FDA was going to ban Tatler canning lids was actually the first one that I heard, and when I did my research I found out it was one YouTuber suggesting that they would be banned and due to a dispute between Tatler and some woman who was not happy with their product, and she was going to start a petition to have the FDA ban Tatler lids on the basis that they are not, they haven't been tested to be BPA free, although they claim they are, that they are using BPA free plastic in order to manufacture their lids. So likely that'll go nowhere. I think that's just a dispute between one individual and Tatler, and that seems to be a fairly common occurrence. Tatler seems to be getting into disputes with people. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do know that when I did a video where I used the sealing bands from Tatler product, when I used their rubber bands and used metal lids and combined the two to see if they would work, and I did that based on a comment from another subscriber who tells me that she did that, and I wanted to know if it worked, so I tried it out for myself. And of course Tatler was very upset about the idea of their product being used to reinforce metal lids that have already been used once. And I did have somebody, and I believe they were from Tatler. I don't have any proof of that, but my belief was that the fellow was from Tatler because he was just so very upset about the fact that I would be hurting small businesses by doing this video and so on and so forth. And his objections were, in my mind, consistent with somebody who felt that he would personally suffer. Once again, I have no proof that this fellow was from Tatler, but it was my belief that he was. So yes, if this woman is having a dispute with Tatler for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be uncommon, but I doubt that her supposed petition to have their products removed from the market is going to go anyplace, and that anybody is going to suffer any loss. It is nonsense as far as I'm concerned, and there'll be no, unless we hear from the FDA directly that they are going to remove Tatler lids. Even if she is successful with her petition, it would probably take years for that to go through. So I don't think anybody has to worry about the fact that Tatler lids are going to be taken off the market anytime soon. Okay, that's item number 2. The third item I wanted to discuss was that I've posted videos where I purchase food products and dried food products in bulk, like beans and rice, and most recently cornmeal. And I purchased them in bulk bags, and then I put them into smaller portions and vacuum seal them. And I've had people ask me where they can buy these bulk bags, and I have stated where I have been able to purchase them, but there are other places, and if somebody is willing to look outside their comfort zone in different shops, one of the ones I would recommend would be the Asian markets. The Asian markets are amazing for bulk rice, and they do have bulk beans. Now, I visited an Asian market this morning, and I also found that they had that same bag of cornmeal that I picked up and repackaged last week, whereas I had paid $13.97 buying it from a wholesaler. Their price was $17.99 for the same bag, but it is available. So you might pay a little bit more at a traditional, now this is just a regular shopping store, so it is not a warehouse type, it is just a an Asian supermarket where you can get unusual foods, but some of the unusual foods are bulk rice, beans, and cornmeal. And they do have, rice and beans in every size imaginable. And they had quite a variety of cornmeal in the smaller packages as well. So I have taken a number of pictures to show you what I have found there and to show you what is available in other markets should you be willing to look at other areas, and if you have them anywhere near you. I mean, not everyone has these kind of markets within range of their homes. So, but if you do, those are other places. If you've never frequented an Asian market, maybe it is one that you would like to look at for bulk dry goods. Okay? So that's it for me today. I will post these pictures, as I said, at the end of this video, and hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.